This episode of Nerdist News is sponsored by Tor Books. Does the Shazam trailer hint at Black Adam? Complaints about the grim and gritty nature of the DCEU have plagued the franchise pretty much ever since Superman snapped Zod's neck way back in 2013's Man of Steel. It may even have been something we commented on every now and then, right here on Nerdist News. Duh. But today at San Diego Comic-Con 2018, DC took to the stage at Hall H to let their fans know they've gotten your letters, and things are about to get a whole lot more fun. Star Zachary Levi showed up with a trailer for the upcoming film Shazam, and it looks like DCEU has its very first flat-out comedy. But hidden within that trailer may have been the seeds for Shazam's big bad, Black Adam, and we're going to break it down right now. Now, we've heard Shazam described online as a superhero version of Big, and the trailer delivered, well, exactly that. We open with down-on-his-luck foster kid Billy Batson get placed with a new foster family, but when he defends his new foster brother against the attacks of some bullies, the wizard Shazam rewards his good deeds with a buff new bod and a whole bunch of superpowers to go along with it. Cue the montage of kid using superpowers to do kid stuff jokes. Now, the trailer is full of superhero slapstick and corny kid-written one-liners, and apparently that's exactly what the fans wanted. The response in the hall and online were both ecstatic, with more than one commentator calling it a breath of fresh air for the struggling cinematic universe. But with all of the focus on the comedy of it, we didn't really get much suggestion of what the plot would be, other than Billy struggling to figure out his newfound powers. And we definitely didn't get a glimpse of the comic's most iconic villain, Black Adam. However, if you look closely, there are hints that the movie is building to the reveal of Shazam's evil predecessor. Now, full disclosure, this is gonna get pretty darn speculative on our part, but what the heck, it is Comic-Con, and what better time to speculate like crazy about this stuff. So obviously, the movie version of Shazam is drawing heavily from the version of the character as presented in the New 52. Now, those were the comics that transformed Billy from an adorable orphan into a foster home punk. Also, the on-screen costume is pretty close to the one from the New 52, including elements like the glowing lightning bolt emblem on his chest, ditching stuff like the sash belt that the character had used in most prior iterations. And the villain we do see in the trailer is taken directly from the New 52 as well. That bad guy Shazam tries to punch is none other than Dr. Sivana, an evil scientist who has been one of Shazam's main antagonists since the 1940s. But the original Dr. Sivana was more of a classic mad scientist type. The one from the New 52 was originally a respected scientist who went searching for a magic cure for his ailing family. But instead of finding it, he ended up getting half-blinded when he meddled with magical forces while trying to open an ancient tomb. The one upshot of this is that his blinded eye actually gave him the ability to see magic. Now, the really interesting thing about this isn't just the magic itself, but where the magic comes from, the tomb of Black Adam. And you can totally see that magic eye on display right here in the Shazam trailer. Now, we could see Dr. Sivana serving as the main villain of Shazam, getting only small hints of where his powers actually come from until the very end of the film when we see a tease of the true source of his magic, Black Adam's tomb. Now, while The Rock is still expected to take on the role of Black Adam on the big screen, he recently revealed that he would not be in Shazam's solo outing and that the two would fight against each other at some later date. But we could see DC throw in a little post-credit sequence, not a part of the film per se, but enough to set us up for the future of Shazam, a la Captain Marvel's pager at the end of Avengers Infinity War, where we zoom in on the tomb at the end of the film and a hand emerges awake. Now, if DC actually manages to film a scene with him and keep it a surprise, it may very well be the greatest post-credit sequence of all time. Again, this is all just speculation based on our first look. We've got a long way to go until Shazam hits theaters on April 5th, 2019 to find out. But what do you folks think? Do you like this goofier glimpse of the DCEU? Will we really see Black Adam show up in the end? And what would you do if you were a 12-year-old with superpowers? Let's discuss. Now, this episode is brought to you by Tor Books, America's #1 publisher of science fiction and fantasy. Read the latest from Brandon Sanderson, John Scalzi, and V.E. Schwab, New York Times bestselling author of A Darker Shade of Magic. Get ready for her latest novel, Vengeful, coming this September. Follow at Tor Books for more details and exclusive sneak peeks. Also, join Alpha today for all of this and more. Exclusive Nerdist, Geek and Sundry, and Alpha-only shows, plus amazing parties, VIP access, and even a discount on merch. Use code SDCC18 for a 90-day trial.